Hey traders, what a move, and the German DAX is trying to break out of a triangle and it does look successful. We're also going to talk about the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500 to give you guys an update on what's happening and if it's time to book profits or hold on to those winning positions. Alright guys, so this is our update on the markets and stock indices. We have done other videos already today about currencies and commodities. So we're breaking things up. So don't forget to head to our channel and watch the other videos. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so German DAX, we're doing really good here because already here on 25th and 26th of August, as always, it looked to buy dips from around these levels. We reached these levels without triggering any stops. We went all the way up to these levels yesterday, and that would actually been a good opportunity to book profits here, unless you wanted to keep it for a bit longer. Now, we have now left this massive triangle, and the problem with triangles, though, I wouldn't really trust them too much, but yeah, we can add another 5% or so, and we are moving close towards the 2020 high of 13,813, and I do think we're going to reach that level. So obviously, if you're a long-term investor, one could keep on holding on to this position. If you're more of a short-term trader, then I think this is probably a good spot to get out with 75% of the whole move. Because we got some really good entries. If you did buy on the dip, you're holding a very nice profit right now, and there's always the risk that we can come back and it might just tumble. And if we go down to 13,250 between that level all the way down to 13,000, I think there is where the next bull leg is going to happen between these levels. But I still have my stop down here, and that's where I would prefer to have this for this market right now. Here's the Dow Jones, also working really good. So a few days ago, we should look to buy here with stops down here. We have also reached our take profit levels. This is a good spot to book 75% or so of the position, if not the whole move. I do think we are going to reach the 2020 high at 29,262. But if I wasn't long the market, or if someone asked me, you need to buy, then this is not the time to buy because the residual ratio is just not there. You need a bit of a dip. Down to something like 28,689. Between that level and this level down here, which is 28,209, that is where I think people will be buying. All right, so this is the Nasdaq 100, obviously on fire. The last really good trade idea I shared with you guys was that we were gonna sort of go up towards this level, but we just flew past that. And then we said, look to buy dips and stuff like that. But the market is sort of ultra bullish. And if you only trade indices, yeah, you missed out. But if you trade things like I do, like a pound yen or Aussie dollar yen, which I traded last week, then you're still riding that wave. So we don't always have to trade indices to enjoy this. And of course, if you did try the Dow Jones or the German DAX, you did get a nice big chunk of profit there, I hope. So you should be all good. But for this one here, as I said over the last couple of days, it's just sort of it just keeps on going upwards without really giving us a good opportunity to get involved. And we could focus if we wanted to on this level here. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm done using a 1 hour chart, which is not my preference. And I'm very hesitant adding this, but I'm doing it anyway. Because I know it's going to come. There's just going to come a big move, which just rinses, sort of shakes everybody out. And then it starts to rebuild again. But I'm gonna leave it like that. So maybe something like 12,144. And you wonder why that level? Because you can see here, this is sort of the last interesting swing low of this little series, and this is about a 50% correction. So it's maybe down and then upwards. That would be something. Also today, like a little bonus, Euro Stocks. So this is the Euro Stocks 50, and what we've seen here is actually a nice little breakout. And this is a big ascending triangle, which is, let me see if I can draw that properly. So this is on the daily. The daily chart is ignoring this whole spike, and this is actually super interesting because you have that, and technically you could draw it like that. If you draw it like that, you get like a massive take profit level. You get an 8% move. which wouldn't be unsurprising. We know the European stock indices are definitely lagging their American counterparts. And it has to do with the fact the composition of these indices, like the NASDAQ 100 companies like that are sort of driven, or indices like that are driven by companies like Apple and Netflix. And you only have one of those each. You know, of course, there's other companies in Europe, but it's not the same sort of companies, and that's why they're not really gaining as much. But yeah, break to 3,400 could potentially open up. And what's quite interesting is this, within even the shorter term here, if you just look at this from price from August 10th up until now, you are in a tiny rectangle, and that one already breached, that already traded upwards. So that triggered here. And sometimes what I do is I try to get involved just ahead of a bigger breakout. If you have a smaller pattern, and you can get involved with that with a tiny amount of risk, and then when you break, you can add a bit more if you wish, then you get some silly risk-reward ratios. And this is exactly what we're seeing here right now. So we're having a bit of a pullback, and if you really want to go super tight, then it's just low from this morning. If you want to be a little bit away from the price action, it's down here, the low here from September 2nd at 3 p.m. London time. But I think this is going to be sufficient. And the way I operate, the way I deal with this is that I would just put a tiny amount of money. But because the risk-reward ratios are so good, it still works well. All right, guys, we're going to leave you now. If you want to know more about how I actually trade, don't forget to check out in the caption in the description here. You can find the link that goes to the InvestingCube's premium Forex trading course. I know it says Forex course, but what it is actually just a collection of trading strategies and the ways of trading the markets that are actually more technically based than anything else. And I use the same system to trade something like the Euro Stoxx 50, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, Dow Jones, and gold. All the markets, effectively, I trade with that, even cryptos. And it is all free, so you can learn a few things and hopefully improve your trading. Why do I say improve? Well, we know that some 75% of retail traders lose money, right? So the majority of people are now making money, and maybe watching this could help a bit. Can't guarantee, of course, but it has helped me, the strategies I'm using here. All right, guys, have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, just put them in the comment section, and I'll come back later today and try to answer them. Thank you, and speak soon. Bye-bye.